Hey y'all. So, as promised, I told you that I would make goat milk ice cream with my Nigerian goats. Their milk, not the goats. Anyway, so this is my first actual cooking or baking food prep video. So, I'm a little wonky. As you can tell, my kitchen is pretty small. But I'm here to prove a point that you can actually work very effectively in a small kitchen. So people are saying, oh, you can't prep in a small kitchen, you don't have the space, you don't have the room, yada, 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 blow it out your horn. So I do just fine. No, we're not gonna be dancing in the kitchen and acting foolish. Okay, well, I'm in here dancing and acting foolish, but that's besides the point. Anyway, so first things first, stepping towards the outside of the kitchen, wrap your hair. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have long hair, please wrap that. Ugh. Wash your hands. I know this seems elementary, but it's not. Wash your hands, pull your hair back, make sure your workspace is clean. Do your things. Just do them. All right, I got everything out so you wouldn't see me fumbling around the kitchen and doing goofy things. So, we're gonna do a strawberry recipe. And I'm gonna use the base as vanilla, but Grandma's 95, and if she wants strawberry ice cream, she gets strawberry ice cream. Props to Grandma. Sounded pretty good. So, let's get started. So you're gonna use 2 eggs. And if you are on a farm, you're gonna say, are your eggs washed? Yes, my eggs are washed. They are clean. I did that prior to. So, crack your eggs. I save all my eggshells. I cook them and then give them back to the chickens. Why, you say? Because oyster shell is hard to come by nowadays. Yes, I just washed my hands again. Can you believe it? Sorry, I probably should talk louder. So, you start with your 2 eggs. Then it is 2/3 cup of sugar. Now you can use sugar substitute, add a little more, little less, do what you feel. We're gonna stick with this recipe because I found I don't like a super sweet ice cream. I just like a nice creamy texture. So with the eggs, 2/3 cup, you want to take your handy dandy blender. I have nothing fancy. This was probably $9.99. You want to give that a good whip until you start to see some formation on it. I have a lot of bubbles, but I'm going to do it just a second longer. And I don't know that you can actually see this, but you see, maybe not, but it's thicker, it's fluffier, so that's just right. You can beat it longer if you feel like it and get it stiffer, or have that actual formation where you can float it. But I found it's not needed. I'm typically in a hurry. Matter of fact, I have 2 other projects that I should be doing today with you. So we'll see if we get them done. Anyway, you have your eggs and your sugar. Now you want 3 3/4 cup of raw goat's milk. I almost said cow. I don't know about cow because usually recipes call for heavy cream, and with Nigerian goat milk, you don't need that extra heavy cream. I took some of my remnant jars. Rinse. Not quite. Not too. Now for newbies, if you're new to cooking, this is for liquid. This is liquid. This is not. This is for your dry, your solids. Right here. Liquid, solid. That's 2 cups. And we need 1 3/4 more. If you are, another thing, if you are new to cooking and baking, I'm going to show you this. See how it has all of these? This is a godsend because I have some of them that don't have all of these markings. I mean, you can have your milliliters, your half liter, all of those, but all of your cups, it's a win. Okay, so in that goes 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now look away because I like a lot of vanilla. That's more than 2 teaspoons, I guarantee it. Okay. Now, I probably shouldn't have thrown these in the wash, but I did. See? Told you I was going to do something goofy. Give those a good shake. Make sure they don't go flying out. Give it a mix. Voila, there's your basic vanilla. And you'll stick it into your ice cream maker. But I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna get all fancy and bougie. So, these are frozen strawberries. I blended them up in my, it's probably from the 1960s little food processor, little handy dandy thing. I use it a ton. Probably paid $2 for it. Oh yeah, it was probably $2 in Missouri at a yard sale or some such. But this is 10 ounces of chopped up strawberries. Just toss that right into the mix. Now I have a little bit of strawberry syrup. So I'm going to put that in there. This is a 1 ounce cup. Just a little Dixie cup thing. Give it a little toss. I don't want to blend it because, well, I'll splash it everywhere. But I don't want everything to be completely smashed to smithereens. I like my ice cream a little chunky. Not big chunky, little chunky. All right, so here it is. I've had this chilling, so it's a little colder than room temperature, but not as cold as the freezer. And you're gonna take it and you're just gonna dump it in. Now there's some flavor down at the bottom. Don't forget the flavors. I had these on the dish rack, well, because I just made 2 gallons of ice cream yesterday. Yeah. Wanted to make for sure it came out right. You're gonna stick the slip in. Now I don't really want to plug anything, but Ryan asked for an ice cream maker for his birthday. Who's making that? Me. So this is Elite Gourmet. I've used it, 4 times now. And it's 4 quarts. It fits just fine. It does great. But this one not only is electric, but it comes with a hand crank. So God forbid we lose power or whatever. And if you know me, you know I love my ice cream at night. Like almost every night I'm having ice cream. So it can hand crank. But right now we use electricity. So you stick the little blender in there. It has a little notch in there. And this is a little goddess. You'll see it still has salt in it from yesterday, but it has this little thing on there so it can spin, so the container can spin. And I'll tell you, this is the hardest and messiest part for me. Actually, I'm gonna bring it over closer so you can see me fobble my way through this. He goes in. And then you take your ice. I don't have an ice maker. So I get these. And you dump it in and around. That one's for you, Clyde. You can have that one. Do you want to take that one? I don't know if you can see. Come here. Do you want the ice? Okay, take it outside, please. Thank you. All right. It's pretty full. It's stuck in there. Now, about 1 cup. It says like 1 to 2 cups. I put about 1.5 cups over your ice. And apparently on the floor too. All right, this is the hard part for me. this has to slip over that spindle. Hooks on one side. Oh, come on, let's do it the first time. That'd be awesome. Come on. You might have to move the beater around a little bit so it fits perfectly in there. That makes more sense. And you'll know it's perfectly in there when it fits in this little groove. Ta-da! Maybe not. Come on, Big Daddy. Whew. Scary. And then it clamps down. So it's all safe. Tucked away. Now I put a towel under this because it can leak a little bit. Not much, but ice melts. It jumps out sometimes like that. And voila. Oh, you gotta plug it in. I'm all scared. And it'll readjust itself. The lid is just a little cattywampus, so I'm just gonna make for sure it's sealed down. The reason why I say that is because this it'll thicken, it'll get bigger, even though it's only 2/3 the way in that container, it will fill it. As it churns and churns and churns, it gets thicker as it goes. This is an automatic one. This will shut off when this ice cream is done. It will be primarily soft serve. Your bottom is going to be a little bit colder, but up at top will be soft serve. And then you can put it into any container that you see fit. I had old plastic, for lack of better terms, Tupperware plastic containers, or since I made so much yesterday, I had old little gallon buckets from other ice cream that I dumped out because it was yucky. I like good ice cream. But you can mix this with your favorite toppings. Now, if you're going to use Oreos or, something that gets smushy, I would definitely recommend that you use it or put that stuff in later, like midway through the process, or even after it stops. It's still going to be very soft, so you can mix those in. So, if you have pralines, you can use pralines, or use some, like a caramel swirl. If you want to do a swirl, you can stick it into your container and then do your chocolate or fudge or whatever, and just take, I put it in the sink already, but take something thin and just swirl it in. You marbleize it. Just make it smooth. You don't want it overpowering if you want those separated flake. One word, I knew I was going to mess up a word. There it is. See? Anyway, you don't want to mash all those flavors together. So, but use your imagination. Have fun with it. It's easy. I've been talking to you, and I'm less than 20 minutes into this. Now I don't have to touch this. I don't have to do anything. It's doing what it needs to do. Let it be. So, Elite Gourmet Kind of makes me feel fancy. I'm gourmet-y. Anyway, I digress. Oh, I'm stepping on ice. I'm going to pause this, come back, and I'll show you what's left. Hopefully I'll get it right. All this technical stuff, I'm learning. Be right back. Hey y'all, so it's not done. Sorry. But, food for thought. With this ice cream maker, it does great, don't get me wrong. But some of your ice can get, well, dislodged or whatever it might be. Or ice can pop up and it can set it off kilter a little bit. So what you want to do is just kind of shimmy it around. Whether you take and stop it and readjust it or shimmy the whole container, sometimes that helps and it'll help it move more flowingly. I just had to do that, so I thought I'd share. Be right back. All right, y'all. So, I'm antsy. I don't know if this is gonna work where I can pause this video and then come back after a while, but I'm gonna try. So, I'm gonna just give you a quick recap. Ready? The recipe: 2 eggs, 3 3/4 cup. Oh, excuse me. Scratch that. Start all over again. Rewind. 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of sugar, give or take. Heat it all together, and then you want to add 3 3/4 cup Nigerian goat milk. That's the only kind of goat I have, so I can't speak to all the other goats. This is just a sweeter, creamier milk, so hence the reason why I don't use other cream. So 3 3/4 cup Nigerian goat milk. Not my fault you don't have a goat. Anyway, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You choose your kind of vanilla. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Bougie it up. Do it your own way. And then you mix it and you stick it in your ice maker. This is really easy cleanup. You stick it, the soft serve, in a plastic container, or have some pre-made cooled down cookies and make ice cream sandwiches with them. Do it whatever your heart's content. I'm just making straight ice cream today. So, see my water's boiling? It's because we're gonna glass eggs next. Yeah, you want to preserve eggs for a couple of years, take them out of the bath and crack them, watch the next video. Anyway, so dump it all out, lick the beater, do that, rinse it out, and put it all away. You can dump your salt water, dump it in their gardens to help their gardens. You can do that if you so choose. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't speak to that. Find it out on your own. And then eat it as you will. It's delicious. And it's lactose free. So there it is. Now, I will try to come back to you and see if this actually works. I'm not a technical genius, people. Sorry. But if it works, we'll come back, we'll check it out. Next, we're going to glass eggs. Okay? May love, peace, and blessings fill your heart. Share it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Somebody told me something else. Got nothing. I got those for.